This document tracks a specific kind of disaster: what happens when we ignore good advice, and how a text thousands of years old serves as a survival guide. The scenario usually starts like any normal Tuesday: emails, coffee, status updates. Then the mood shifts. A volatile executive loses their temper, and suddenly an entire department is in crisis. Your heart rate spikes. You haven't done anything wrong, but logic is irrelevant right now. Your immediate future is entirely dependent on the unpredictable emotions of the person in charge. The natural instinct is to lock down. We defend ourselves, we avoid eye contact, or we freeze. But in these high-stakes moments, survival requires a different approach. Think of this as the modern storm. It is a workplace disaster where success relies entirely on navigating a powerful person's bruised ego, rather than any technical merit. To understand how to survive it, we must look back thousands of years, far from corporate boardrooms and out into the sun-bleached deserts of antiquity. The setup is recorded in the text of 1 Samuel, chapter 25. A wealthy landowner named Nabal receives a request for hospitality from a local militia. Instead of a polite decline, Nabal delivers a personal, foolish insult. The man he insulted was David. David did not walk away. He immediately ordered 400 warriors to strap on their swords, riding out to destroy Nabal's entire household. A single ignored warning and a slighted ego rapidly escalated into a lethal standoff. The stakes involve swords instead of spreadsheets, but the emotional machinery operating under the surface is identical to that toxic office environment. This is our hypothesis. Human reactions to power, status, and insult have remained remarkably static. The armor looks different, but the psychology is the same. Let's look at the mechanics of this rage. From David's perspective, his militia had provided a valuable service. They protected Nabal's shepherds and livestock from raiders. He felt that basic hospitality was an earned expectation. When Nabal said no, he made it public and he made it personal. He mocked David's origins, treating him like a runaway servant. He attacked David's identity. The reaction was instantaneous. David didn't pause to weigh the political fallout. The moment his ego took a hit, he commanded his men to arm themselves, converting emotional injury directly into physical aggression. This is a complete breakdown of the feedback loop. Two leaders, blinded by their own sense of self-importance, steering their factions directly into a collision. Enter the catalyst. While the men in charge are blinded by anger, one person accurately reads the incoming disaster: Nabal's wife, Abigail. Her first move is counterintuitive. She refuses to go to Nabal to argue with him. She recognizes that trying to fix a volatile leader in the middle of a crisis is a waste of time. Instead, she practices strategic energy management. She ignores the reality she cannot change and immediately focuses her resources on the one variable she can still influence. Abigail mobilizes a rapid response caravan. She packs food, wine, and supplies to address the practical needs of an exhausted militia, setting the physical stage for a calculated psychological intervention. By bypassing her husband completely, she sidesteps the dysfunctional ego defense system. She refuses to engage with the madness, which is the required first step to halting the violence. Out in the desert, she intercepts a private army. Her opening move is physical. She dismounts and bows to the ground, using her posture to instantly absorb the aggression and lower the temperature. Notice what she doesn't do. She doesn't yell back or threaten. Matching David's anger would have only validated his defensive stance. This flowchart illustrates the shift. She pivots away from the ego collision of the present moment and shifts entirely into identity alignment. She speaks to David's future legacy as a king and a man of honor, ignoring the slighted warrior standing in front of her. She de-escalates the situation by offering him a version of himself that is simply too noble to act on his anger. If we look closely at this record, we see how this ancient tactic maps directly onto contemporary behavioral science. Researchers today refer to this as dignity-based feedback. Whether managing a toxic boss, raising a teenager, or negotiating a contract, people are significantly more receptive to criticism when they feel their core identity is protected from attack. The Abigail pattern requires 3 distinct elements: timing, restraint, and a strict refusal to mirror the destructive emotions of the person across from you. The tools of warfare and commerce change with every generation, but the patterns of human influence and power remain static across history. There are hundreds of these survival files. Subscribe and join the investigation to find the hidden patterns playing out in your own life.